When the final bell rang through the hall, Tsukasa barely looked up from his papers. Someone called out cheerfully, "Hey Tsukasa, wanna grab a coffee with us after school and maybe hit up some shops?" He smiled politely but shook his head. "Sorry, I gotta finish the club budgets first." His friends groaned. "Man, the student council keeps you way too busy, you're missing out." Tsukasa only waved it off. "Rain check, okay." Across the desks, Shiori stacked a pile of documents with efficient hands, her classmates murmuring that they'd be lost without her. "I just can't stand leaving a task unfinished," she said softly. Yuki leaned forward, fiddling with her pen. "Hey, you know how our English teacher is always making those lame jokes? I never know if I'm supposed to laugh or not." The others burst out laughing. "That's what you're worried about," someone teased. Hina stretched, her bamboo sword resting against the wall. "I've got practice anyway, gotta test out my new shinai." Near the windows, a boy flipped through a manga. "Hey, you've been reading that one too? Didn't know you liked Isekai." The other shrugged. "I just read whatever's free online." "Nice, tell me if you find any good ones, I love freebies." In the corner, someone whispered, "Who's that guy Nana was just talking to?" "Him, Akira Oda," came the reply. "Never heard of him. He's not new, just likes to stay invisible." Akira himself knew it. Blending into the background was second nature. Having someone address him in class almost felt like a crisis, but that minor panic would soon be replaced by something far greater, something that would change his world entirely. The air shimmered like heat rising off asphalt. Then came a blinding light swallowing the classroom whole. Screams echoed, chairs clattered. When the glow faded, they were no longer inside a school. They stood on marble floors beneath towering arches, sunlight filtering through colored glass. "What's going on? Is this some kind of attack?" a girl gasped. Akira only stared, dizzy, disoriented, but oddly calm. At least he was alone in the confusion. "Ladies and gentlemen," boomed a voice. A man in ornate armor stood before a throne. "His Royal Majesty would like a word with you fine folks. I ask that you lend him your full attention." Akira squinted. "Are they wearing costumes?" someone whispered. "Enough," barked the armored man. "Welcome and thank you for answering the call of a faraway realm. This world is called Morrigan. You now stand in the kingdom of Rednes, the largest human nation." Murmurs rippled through the group. "We are under attack by vicious demons who seek our destruction. Only a hero from another world possesses the power to defeat the Demon King." "Seriously?" someone said. "Am I dreaming? This is straight out of an Isekai," the armored man continued. "Now we must determine which among you is destined to be our true hero. Come, place your hands upon the crystal." Students lined up hesitantly. "If you focus on the word status, your class shall be revealed," the man instructed. "Well, it's in Japanese," one shouted. "Guess I'm not the hero, huh?" "Nonsense," the knight replied. "Even your starting stats exceed those of our greatest soldiers. You will go down in history beside the chosen one." Everyone took turns. "Status? Hey, I'm a wind mage. I'm an assassin," laughter followed. "That fits, you were always quiet in class." When Tsukasa stepped up, the crystal blazed with golden light. "A true hero indeed," the knight declared. "Attack power nearly double the natural limit," his classmates clapped. "Figures, it's the president, the smart athletic guy, of course he's the hero." Akira kept still at the back, dreading his turn. His instincts screamed that this whole setup was wrong. No proof of demons, no logic to this summoning. Showing his stats might expose something dangerous. When his name was called, he muttered softly, "Conceal presence." The light around him dimmed. "Wait, where'd that guy go?" someone said, looking around. The knight frowned but moved on. "Now that we know your classes, you shall be given equipment. Rest well tonight. Training begins tomorrow." Later, Akira slipped unseen through dim corridors. "They're watching us," he realized, spotting robed figures whispering in the dark. He ducked into an unused room thick with dust. "Perfect, no one's cleaned here in ages, should be safe." On a table lay dark leather clothing. "Looks like assassin gear, guess it fits." He peeked out the window. Beyond the castle walls stretched an unfamiliar world, twin moons hanging over endless forests. His body felt stronger, lighter, filled with magic. "So this is the famous summoning buff," he muttered. Voices drifted through the wall. "How goes it with the brats? They're mere children from a world without magic, they'll be easy to control." "Good, proceed as planned, but make sure they don't enter the castle archives. If they learn too much, it'll be troublesome. Your will shall be done." Akira's blood ran cold. "So that's it, they're using us." He weighed his options. He could strike now, assassinate them both. His new strength itched to be tested. But what good would it do? No one would believe him. He clenched his fists and melted back into shadow. The next morning, Tsukasa stood before the group in shining armor. "Everyone listen, we've been given new abilities. Let's use them to help the people of this world. Let's defeat the Demon King." Cheers erupted. Akira watched silently. "They trust the royals already," he thought. "Fools." "Attention, Squad 1, barked a woman in silver plate. "I am Sarah Mithray, Knight Commander of Rednes. You may call me Commander Sarah," her adjutant whispered. "You sound a bit pretentious." "Do I?" she said with a sheepish smile. "Well, listen up, little heroes. Today begins your training. In 1 month's time, we'll test your mettle in a dungeon." Akira stayed quiet, observing every detail. He had to learn everything about magic, about this kingdom, and about their intentions. Later that night, a tall man approached him casually. "Good evening, friend. You're hiding well. Don't worry, I can see you only because of my eyes." "Your eyes? They're special, mystical, I suppose. They let me see what others can't. You're safe. I won't tell the king." Akira hesitated. "Why would you protect me?" The man shrugged. "Let's just say politics here are messy." The next day, he followed the knight to the archives. So you want to study magic, the man said. Yeah, I don't know anything about this world or about my own skills. My conceal presence is maxed, but everything else is level 1. I don't even know how to raise them. Then you need a teacher like me, the knight said. Akira cracked a rare smile. Honestly, I can't believe this. I'm in a real fantasy world. Then his expression darkened. But I have to find a way home. My mom, my sister, they must be worried sick. Meanwhile, in another chamber, nobles whispered. He's progressing well, said a woman's voice. You've been watching Akira closely, another teased. He's fascinating, the princess admitted. His stories of Japan, I envy that world, the advisor frowned. The same land the first hero came from, and his concealment skill, it's maxed. Only the first hero ever reached that level. That evening, the princess turned from her books as Akira entered quietly. You again, she said. I found something disturbing in the archives, a recipe book hiding a coup plan. Oh, that, she laughed. I wrote it myself, disguised it so the king wouldn't notice. Akira blinked. So you're plotting against him? Our king is broken, she said, voice hardening. He's trying to rewrite the laws of the world no matter the cost. As royal knights, we serve the crown, but we can't stand by. I intend to end his reign peacefully, if possible. Akira's gaze fell. I could have killed him that night we were summoned. He never saw me, but I didn't. You made the right choice, she said softly. Killing leaves a scar on the soul. Even assassins deserve peace. Maybe, Akira murmured, but if I go home soaked in blood, I couldn't face my family. She smiled faintly. Then become something new, a killer who values life, a shadow that saves rather than destroys. He looked up. Why trust me? You don't even know me. Because you think for yourself, she replied. When everyone else followed orders, you questioned them. That's rare, that's strength. He exhaled slowly. Guess this is the first time anyone's ever praised me. Then repay me, she said. Help me with my coup before you return home. He hesitated. I'll consider it. A month later, the heroes marched toward the great Canton labyrinth. Walk proudly, the knights shouted. The people cheer for you, the crowd's roar echoed through the valley. Akira stayed near the back, eyes scanning the shadows. A cloaked woman caught his gaze. Why glare at us, he asked. Because, she said quietly, you heroes have no idea what was sacrificed to summon you. Sacrificed? Find out for yourself. When you learn the truth, seek me. The labyrinth swallowed them whole. Traps triggered, monsters lunged. Commander Sarah, should we retreat? Hold formation, she commanded. Divine sword, lend me strength. Light flared, cutting through beasts. Smoke bomb, keep them back, she yelled, tossing a vial. The passage filled with silver mist. Then came the roar. Minotaur, why is that thing on this floor? The ground shook as the giant charged. Akira, don't push yourself, someone shouted. His arms hung limp, broken, but he still stepped forward. If I don't protect them, who will? You're in no shape to fight. The hero's power is supposed to save the world, right? Then who saves you when you fall? The beast swung its axe, only for a new voice to cry out, Disenchanter, release the curse. Light burst. It worked. Keep it up. Shadow magic activate. Akira's body erupted with dark aura, striking the Minotaur down. The others shielded their eyes as the dungeon quaked. When silence returned, Commander Sarah smiled faintly. You saved us all, that was astounding. I barely controlled it, Akira admitted, panting. Shadow magic drains too much energy. Then use it only when needed, she said. By the way, I brought you a gift. She drew a wrapped blade, a katana, she explained, forged by the first hero himself. Shouldn't the new hero have it? He already has his holy sword. Besides, I stole this from the royal armory. Akira laughed. Then I gratefully accept. The inscription near the hilt read, God of the Night Blade. Beneath it, another line, may this guide my successor in his hour of need. Later, under the moon, Sarah spoke quietly. About the hero, his curse is spreading, we couldn't dispel it. Who cursed him? Princess Sakura Inao? Akira's jaw tightened. I knew it. He infiltrated her chamber, kind of shameless entering a lady's room, she said coldly. Ladies don't control people with curses, he replied. That's witch work. Everything I do is for his majesty. Then what do you gain? Everything for his majesty, she repeated blankly, her eyes empty. When Akira reported back, Sarah sighed. As I suspected, she's just the king's puppet. Don't stay in the castle tonight. The curse will soon target everyone but the hero. Then she'll come after you, perhaps, but she doesn't know your identity. That's our advantage. Guess I had it coming, Akira muttered. Sarah only smiled. You revealed yourself out of youthful impulse. It's fine. It's our job as adults to cover for that. He laughed softly. Wish my world had more adults like you. Then take me with you when you return, she said with a grin. I'd love to see Japan with my own eyes, he chuckled. Sounds like a pain, but sure.